I read up because the whole thing is badass. Alright? It says sorrows are past and the end is showed, and the end is right, and in the end it showed the treasure of immortality. Right? And it says, and therefore ask no more questions concerning the multitude that should perish. And I'm gonna halt on that point. Right? First and foremost, when you go into the book of Zechariah, the 13th chapter and the 8th verse, 2/3 of our people is going to be destroyed. Alright, and that's going to be a multitude of people. That's going to be an innumerable number of people. Alright, because when you read the scriptures in the book of Revelations, right, when it talks about the innumerable number, right, that stood with the 144,000, that was just 1/3, man. Right now you got 2/3 of our people, and they're not in campuses, Hard Rock Truth, right, IUIC, right, and really everybody that don't hearken onto the word of the Most High the way He wants it to go out, man. Right, all of those people gonna be destroyed. Now with that, you're gonna have Edomites in there, Ammonites in there, Ishmaelites in there, right? All of the different nations from all over the world, right? The vast majority of them is gonna be wiped off the face of the earth. How's that gonna happen, man? Right, by way of those ICBMs coming from Russia, right? Coming from China, coming from Iran. Right, coming from all of those Middle Eastern countries that have made a pact to come up and rise up against the devil, which is perpetuated by Babylon, which is America, man. Right, see, America's gonna be wiped off of the face of the earth, and that says the scriptures, man. Right, it's gonna your world, right, which is principally perpetuated by America. When you go into the book of Revelations, the 18th chapter, what does it say, man? When they see the smoke of her burning, they shall bewail her, man, because they're gonna realize when America's destroyed that they can't conduct themselves the way it used to before. The new superpower is gonna be set up, essentially. So when America's wiped off the face of the earth, man, it's gonna be a damn beautiful thing, because when you go into the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter and the 44th verse, says, in the days of these kings shall the Most High set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, man. Right, but getting back onto the point, when all of these different nations see her getting destroyed, man, it's gonna be a beautiful thing, right? But with that, you're gonna have, you're gonna have a certain portion of all the other nations destroyed, man. The rest, and the ones that kind of make it through the fire, right? And then the miseries that come by way of the fire. So you're gonna have diseases running rampant, right? You're gonna have a breakdown in infrastructure. So you ain't gonna be no roads or anything like that. So how's any kind of hospital or medication or any kind of thing like amenities? How's it gonna travel to there, right? If it is there, and the simple fact of the matter is, it ain't gonna be there, man, right? And the roads to get to and fro ain't gonna be there. Right, so that's why the scripture says here, man. Brother Moore. Right, at the top it says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that shall dwell in the earth in the lifetime." So I had to go back for that because I'm making a point on the above precept. All right, carrying on with the 54th verse, it says, "Sorrows are past, and the end of time is come, and the treasure of immortality." It says, "Therefore ask no more questions concerning the multitude, right, that shall perish, for when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High." See, we're in a time of mercy right now, right? You got all kind of time, man. You can open up your laptop or your computer, man, get into some studying. The videos are readily available. All right, see, that's why you go into the prophecy, man. Right, the scripture says you're gonna have it to where videos gonna be going up all night, man. It wasn't gonna be quiet. Look, but there really is no excuse for not getting this truth, man. There ain't no excuse. All right, and it says there, for when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High. All right, so they despised the word of the Most High, and that's why a lot of you guys out there, all right, don't fear the name of the Lord, man. All right, that's why you don't fear the name of the Lord, and therefore you don't fear His law, right? And you do whatever is in your heart to do, man. All right, let me jump into the Proverbs, the 1st chapter. Proverbs, the 1st chapter, starting from the 20th verse. It says, "Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets, she crieth in the chief places of concourse, in openings of the gate, she uttereth her voice, saying, How long you simple ones," right? How long you simple Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, how long you simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in the scorning, right? And the fools hate knowledge. So how long How long was that gonna come about to where you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans was gonna be in a state of sleep, right? Now, when you go into the book of man, it's slipping me right now. I think it's in Isaiah, maybe Isaiah the 6th chapter, right? When you go into the book of Isaiah the 6th chapter and you read it, right? The Lord had it to where a curse was put upon the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, all right? Namely that they was going. In fact, let me bring it out, man. Right, I ain't pulled that out in a minute. You alright, man? Do you believe in God? Yeah? Alright, man. I'll be your wife's God when I kill you, man. Alright, so this is Isaiah, the 6th chapter and the 8th verse, man. It says, also I heard a voice from the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and whom will go for us? And then said I, send me. So this was Isaiah, right, in the spirit world, right, and the Most High wanted to send a prophet down to prophecy against Israel, essentially, man, because they were going off, right, all right, and they're still going off unto this day, save the elect of the Most High, all right. Says here, man, and he said, go tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. So they see, and they see the stuff, man, they see what's happening, but they don't understand the veracity, right, and of what's happening right now. See that a prophecy applied back in the time, but it also applies right now, man. All right. So they see what's going on, but they don't. They perceive what's going on, but they don't see it. They don't understand it. They hear what's going on, right? They hear of our people hear of strategic placement of militaries, right? Of basically a chessboard, man, being played out between Russia, America, Iran, right? China, all of them different countries. They see that, but they don't understand it. They don't perceive it. Why? Because the Most High hasn't opened their eyes out to where they can understand that. All right, and by way of that, they're gonna be destroyed for that. You're gonna see it here. All right. So it says, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the hearts of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut up their eyes, let they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, right, and be healed, right? So he set up the minds of these people's ears and their heart, right, so that they should not believe. See, but it will be unjust for the Most High to do it forever. So what did the prophet ask, man? Right, it says, then said I, how long? So how long was this curse going to befall the 12 tribes of Israel? It says, and he answered me, until the cities be laid waste, right? So you got all of these so-called beautiful cities all across the world and all of that, man, right? But they're going to be destroyed so much so, at that time when they are destroyed, that's when these Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans that are off the 2/3, that's when they're going to be, that's when the penny's going to drop, so to speak. But by that time, it's going to be too late, man. All right? See, when the cities are laid waste, right, we would already been brought through the fire. When you go to the Zechariah, the 13th chapter and the 8th verse, man, right, the Lord said he's going, is it the 8th? Yeah, I think it's about the 9th verse. He says he's going to bring he's going to bring the all through the fire, essentially, right? All of the Israel is going to go through the fire. But what type of fire you go through, right? That's going to determine whether you're of the 1/3 or the 2/3, man. See, the 2/3 was going to go through the nuclear fire, right? But the 1/3 was going to go through the adversities that come with, you know, with being in this truth, man, and in this word, man. See, when you understand the scriptures, man, all kind of grievousness befalls you, man. Well, you got to walk around. You got all kind of homosexuals walking around, and they're comfortable, man. Right, you got the woman above the man within the so-called household and all of that, man. Right, you got all kind of abominable foods, man. Man, the way Esau sneaks pork into all kind of food, man, it's ridiculous. Right, see, when you come into this truth and into this understanding, when you go into the book of Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, it says, my son, when thou become prepared, when thou comest to serve the Most High, prepare thyself for temptation. Why? Because it was going to be hard times when you come into this thing, man. All right? Having the understanding that you do, living in the world that you live in, man. It was gonna be difficult. Right, looking like it's gonna rain a little bit, so wrap everything tight so when the umbrella comes, I can get too wet. All right, it's back in the Isaiah, right? The 6th chapter and the 11th verse. It says, "Then said I, how long?" Right, and he answered me. It says, "Until the cities be laid waste and without inhabitants, and the houses without man, right, and the land be utterly desolate." So when the land is utterly desolate, man, that's when you jakes, right? That's when you jakes, right? It's gonna come to the understanding of who you are, man. Right? See, right now, man, right, you got liberty to do whatever the hell you want, so you do it. But eventually, the Most High is gonna have it to where you wake up to that. But when you wake up to that, it's gonna be too late, man. All right. Right, there we go. There we go. Right. So like I was saying, man, right, we're in the time right now when the Most High, right, is gonna be merciless, right? Right, when the Most High is gonna start, you seeing it right now, man. There's a lot of death about, man. All right, the Most High is wiping guys off of the place, man. All right, and you get into people dropping all over the place, man. He wiped out all kind of numbers out there in whatever cities and so on and so forth. So it's time, really, it's high time to wake up out of sleep. All right. Right, so it's drizzling a little bit, so I have to run it a little bit differently. Right, so we was in the book of Proverbs. The first chapter. That was at the 20th verse, all right? It says, "Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the chief places," right? Rather she uttereth her voice in the streets. So where was you going to get the full understanding of the scriptures and all of that? You was going to get it in the streets, man. You was going to understand it, right? When you come out into the streets. See, the information has always been readily available, man. Right, whenever you go out into them streets in the major cities where the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans are situated, you always had it to where the words, right, it was going to be out there. You know, information was going to be traded. Right, and right now, when the prophets of the Most High are being raised up, now you're having it to where the information is not only just readily available, man. Right, we're throwing it at you, man. We're telling you all about all kind of information, man. How this devil's trying to kill you. Right, we're telling you about your enemy. We're telling you what kind of food to eat. We're telling you how to worship the Most High, man. How to reverence Yahweh Shem Yahweh. We're telling you all of that information, right? But going back onto the prophets, going back onto the precept, man, in Isaiah the 6th chapter and the 9th verse, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans weren't going to perceive that, man. You wasn't going to understand that. See, that's why it says, "See ye indeed, but understand not," man. All right. And that's the curse that's going before you, and that's the curse that's going to destroy you. But going back onto the precept prior to that, in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, the 8th chapter rather, Moses, we ain't really supposed to be concerned about you guys, man. Right? See, Isaiah the 14th chapter, right, lets you know that all the Israel's going to be saved. All right, so what need to worry do we have to? What need to worry do we have for you? You know, the ones that are going to be destroyed. You're going to come back as newborn babies on the other side, man. Right? But for the purposes of edification, right? This is the 21st verse. It says, "She crieth, right, in the chief places of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the cities she crieth her voice, saying," right? "How long you simple ones? How long you simple Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans are into Kemetism, man." Right, into anything other than the truth that you get at GMS, or the men that speak the same word as you hear from GMS, man. Right? How long you gonna love that simplicity? Right? Right, and it says, "And the scorners delight in scorners." So you got a lot of scorners right now, man. You got a lot of scoffers right now, man. Talking all kind of mess, man. Talking all kind of mess, man. Right, but just as you gotta just as you have a good sports person, man, a good sports person ain't a good sports person unless people are talking some madness, man. All right. See, we're in a time right now where you're gonna get all kind of people talking all kind of madness. Okay. Right. All kind of things contrary to the scriptures. All right. But guess what, man? The Most High don't care, right? You don't really care about if you see if you're experiencing that, man. The Lord said them scoffers gonna be destroyed, and that's all that needs to be said about them scoffers, man. Okay, it says there, turn you at my reproof, and I'll pour out my spirit unto you. See, that's what I was trying to explain to that Jake that rolled up before, man. Right? See, if you turn at the reproof of the Most High, namely, you're going off, you're doing wickedness, right? You're not as 100 as you think you are. You're not on point. You haven't got it down on deck. All right? You got to turn back onto the Most High and follow the Lord's statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, because there's only so much you can do in the Esau's kingdom. But you got to do that to the best of your ability. But live by faith, because the scripture says the just shall live by faith, man. See, when you live by faith, you're justified in all things, man. Right? Because the Most High's will, his will trumps his own law, man. Right, he set it up that his will was going to the faith, man, the spirit, in other words, so you can understand, trumps that, man. Okay. Now it says, turn you at my reproof, and behold, I'll pour out my spirit unto you. See, that's what happened to all dudes that came into this thing, man. See, when you turn at the reproof of the Most High, when you get cursed out, man, right, and that's why the scripture says in the book of Hebrews, the 4th chapter and the 12th verse, right, the word of the Lord is quick and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to dividing of the soul and the spirit, as under of the soul and spirit, man. So when you get cut, man, you get cut, right? But if you're humble enough, right, to perceive that you ain't got it down on pack, your cursing out was justified, right? Then here where it says in the scriptures here, right, turn you at my reproof, and behold, I'll pour out my spirit unto you, and I'll make known my words unto you. See, I got a little precept I want to bring out there. This is going to be in the book of John 6 and 63. All right. Right, this is John 6 and 63. Right, it says, it is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, right, they are spirit and they are life, man. So the words, and how are you going to hear the words of the Lord, man? You was going to hear him by way of the prophets, right? And the prophets, right, was going to bring this word out to you, man. Right, the prophets going to have it to where the word of the Lord was going to come out, right, through their mouth. It's rather more the Lord was going to have it to where his word comes comes by way of the prophets. All right, it says there, they are spirit and they are life, but right, and that's really the point I was getting at there, man. Right, they're spirit, they're life. But if I go up, man, I'm also, I kind of mangled those two precepts. I got a precept in my head and I mixed it with that one. I was expecting it to see it there, but there's another precept where it says, "Is the spirit that quickeneth," right? It means to make alive, man. And when I was talking about Hebrews, the 4th chapter, man, that's really what makes you alive, man. The spirit quickens you, man. It makes you alive, man. All right. And also in the book of Ezekiel, it talks about the valley of dry bones, right? And the Most High set it up to Ezekiel, right, to speak to the dry bones, right? And that's what we're doing right now, man. That's what the prophets of the Lord are doing. We're speaking unto the dry bones, man, right? And now you're having it to where you got your flesh on you, man. You got the spirit of the Lord on you, which all comes by way of the scriptures, man. That all comes from the scriptures. All right. Jumping back onto the book of Proverbs, the 1st chapter. And this is now on the this is now the 24th verse. It says, "Because I called, you refuse, right? And I stretched out my arm, and no man regarded." So the Lord stretched it out. He set it up. If the will, right? If you were set up to be of the elect, you could easily access the truth. All right. It says here, I stretched out my hand, and no man regarded, but ye have set not all of my counsel, right, and with none of my reproof, I'll also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. And when your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh on you as a whirlwind, right? And your distress and anguish cometh upon you. So we're going to be laughing at these dudes, man. You know, you go polite, right? We're going to be laughing at polite. The dude shut up a Bible, man. We're going to be, you know, the Most High might have it to where, man, he gets tortured, man. And we see that, man. And we're going to be laughing at his calamity, man. We're going to be seeing that shit, you know, we're going to be, you know, we can be seeing him getting, his retribution, you know, him receiving, no pictures, please. All right, because you might be seeing him receive his judgment, man. And we're going to be laughing about it, man. We're going to laugh about that. We're going to laugh about, you know, IUIC and the leaders thereof, man. Nate and all of that, man. We're going to be laughing when we see him receive his judgment, man. It's going to be funny, man. All right, because you've been talking all this madness about the men of the Lord, right? Because you don't like the way we dress, right? Really, because you don't like because you don't like the Most High, man. Right? Because when you go into the scriptures, man, it says, man, that the world cannot hate you. They hate me, man. Right? And that's with reference to the Most High. The Most High, you really hate the Most High. Right? You ain't about this thing, man. You ain't about this truth. Right? And by way of that, because the Most High poured out a spirit onto you and you refused, the Most High is going to destroy you, man. Right? And it's going to be a damn beautiful thing, okay? All right? It says, and they shall call upon me, but I will not answer, and they shall seek me early, but I shall not find me. So you're going to remember the name of the Lord in that day. Okay? You're going to remember the name of the Lord when you ain't got no food, you ain't got no water, when your children are at the precipice of